The reason you doom scroll isn't because you lack discipline. It's because there's nothing more interesting to do than to go on your phone. Your life is boring, it's stagnant, and that's the reason why you scrolling on your phone is the only dopamine inducing activity of your entire day, the only stimulating thing of your entire day. So if you want to actually break your social media addiction or your doom scrolling addiction, something needs to change. Your life outside of the phone has to become more interesting. And that's what we'll discuss today. A lot of life's problems can be actually solved when we stop being in the passenger seat, when we actually take the helm of our boat, which is life, and start driving it towards the direction that we truly want to get to. And the same goes for solving this doom scrolling epidemic. But that's where self-education comes in, and self-education is able to solve this problem. The simple fact is that when you have something far more interesting than scrolling on your phone, you begin combating the need to doom scroll. I mean, just remind yourself how often, or rather remember a time when you were so involved in a particular activity that you didn't even want to go on your phone. The same goes with self-education. When you build a curriculum, build something around your life that is far more interesting than anything that the allure of social media can bring to you, you can begin combating that desire to go on and doom scroll. And also, the beauty about self-education is that it creates a loop that basically can permanently remove the desire to doom scroll. Because number one, when you find something that you're passionate about, when you look up something that you're passionate about, you become more interested and you spend more time on something that you truly desire, something that you consciously put a goal towards. And from there, you begin researching more and you get to study more on that topic. And then once you do that, you find other areas that you become more interested in or more interesting to you. And it's because of that never-ending loop that you can combat that desire to doom scroll and stay off the phone. And frankly, self-education is the antithesis of doom scrolling. So now that we understand why self-education is so important and self-education can help you solve this desire or solve this need to doom scroll, and it permanently breaks that desire to do so, we need to actually understand, well, what does self-education involve? What hobbies do I start looking into? What do I actually start to do? And that's what we're looking into. What are some hobbies or things you can do to self-educate yourself and stop yourself from going on the phone? But to be frank, self-education is not education in the term that the school gives you. The school will give you a curriculum and you would have to follow that. And for many, that becomes boring. You know, I remember a time when I was studying about topics that were frankly none of my interests, topics in English that were frankly not interesting to me. And I would doom scroll because those things weren't interesting to me. So that's why self-education is so important, that you find the topics that are interesting to you. For example, if you are already interested in science, look up things about science. If you're interested about astrophysics or space colonization or whatever it may be, read books about that topic. Delve deep into your interests. For me, for example, during the summer, I was interested in machine learning. I really wanted to understand how this simple algorithm mimicked the human brain, and from there was able to create solutions to problems that we were solving or trying to solve for hundreds of years. And when I began to read books, study about it, and actually create projects on machine learning, I realized that my screen time drastically went down, and frankly, I wasn't even interested in going on my phone on Instagram or to scroll or whatever. And that realization taught me that the more that I'm interested into something, the more I delve deep into a topic or something that I'm really interested in, the lower my desire is to scroll. And that's the bottom line of it all. So what can you do right now? Well, to be frank, write down topics that you're interested in. If it's science, machine learning, history, literature, classics, whatever it may be, list down topics that you're interested in. And then from there, find books or articles or things that you can actually read about that topic. And a huge thing that I really believe is key in order to actually break this desire, this loop to doomscroll, is that you have to build something with the knowledge that you've learned. For example, for me, I built machine learning projects, or if it's a book that I was reading, like Don Quixote or whatever it may be, I would write essays about that and post those essays, or even create YouTube videos about them. When you channel your creative abilities to building, that desire to doomscroll then gets further and further down the pecking order. And just imagine how life would look like. Imagine how life would look like 20, 10 years from now, when you realize that you spent your time building, learning, reading about things that you are interested about. You delve deep into things that you are really curious about. Just think about the conversations you would have, just think about the projects that you would build, the cool people you would meet, the interesting people you would meet. That all begins by just taking one single decision today to learn something about what you're interested in. That can simply just be reading a book, or just writing an essay, or creating a simple project. The more you do this, the more that desire to doomscroll will be reduced.